Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Claire, and today I wanted to take you through my deck collection. So I've got Oracle decks, Tarot decks, and then I have some affirmation type decks. So I do have quite a few. So I've got a pile here, and then I've also got another little pile here. So I'll just kind of go through them one by one, let you know what my thoughts on them, and how I'm finding them so far. So I will start with the affirmation decks. I'll try to do them in a little bit of order. So this is the one I have here. It's called Power Thoughts Cards, and it's by Louise Hay, who I really love. She was the founder of Hay House. And so these cards here, I got these as a gift, but essentially there's the main affirmation on one side. And then if you flip them over, you get the full affirmation on the back. And each of the cards is kind of a similar format. So it's just got kind of the main message on the front and then the affirmation you can see on the back. And then again, just all of the backs of the cards have these longer, beautiful affirmations. And they're all very bright, very cheerful, very on theme for Louise Hay. So I really think this is a beautiful deck if you're just looking for something that is an easy pull. So you basically, for all of these, like, you can kind of just shuffle them and pull. You can do kind of a more in-depth reading or spread or whatever you want to do with them. But for these ones, I really just shuffle and pull, especially for the affirmation decks. And if you're seeing little ears here, Felix has joined me, so he's just trying to get some pets in. But yeah, really love this deck. And I think it's a great addition if you're looking for something that can just help you. And then there's also like a little prompt here for a mobile app. I haven't downloaded that, so I can't really speak to it, but it looks like there's kind of little extra goodies there that you could tap into. The only drawback I have with this deck is it does, like, it closes, but it doesn't have anything to seal it. Like, there's nothing really holding it together, so I find that it kind of comes apart pretty easily. And then in terms of my other decks that are like affirmation based, the only ones I have are the ones that I created. So I have these little mini decks. These are printable decks that are available on my Etsy. And so each one has 5 categories. Like this one is gratitude, and then they have, some of them are affirmations, some of them are like activity prompts. But basically my original set is this one here with the purple background. This is part of my Daily Rituals bundle. And then this is part of my Overcome the Overwhelm bundle, and this is the one with the green back. And they both have different categories kind of that go with the bundles that they're part of. So Overcoming the Overwhelm bundle, that's really about, you know, unblocking yourself and getting through to accomplish your goals. Whereas the Daily Rituals is more about kind of consistent actions. Again, pursuing your goals through consistent actions, but just a slightly different kind of perspective on those two. And then moving on from there, I will go through my Oracle decks first. So I will say this is probably my favorite deck that I have. It's the Spirit Animal Oracle by Colette Baron-Reid, and the reason I love this one is really just the artwork. So this one does come with a little book that you can flip through. I think it does have some spread ideas that it provides you at the beginning. So you do get kind of some of the suggestions of how to use the cards, which is nice. The back of all of the cards are this design, which is really beautiful. And I really just love the artwork here. So all of them are different animal spirits. And again, this is an Oracle deck, not a Tarot deck. And just take you through a few more here, but really, really special deck. And definitely, I would say this is one of my favorites, as I mentioned. So would definitely recommend this one. I'll link all of them in the description down below. In terms of another Oracle deck, this is a newer deck to me. This is the Dreamweaver, and it's also by Colette Baron-Reid, but as you can see, it's a very different style artistically. So this one here, again, for the animal one, there is a box that came in, but I got it when my dog Bruno was just a puppy and he destroyed the box, so it would have a box if you bought it new. For the Dreamweavers one, you do get a book, just walking you through everything. And I haven't used this one as much, but this is the design on the back. And again, very cool artwork, but just very different stylistically than the other one. So this is kind of what you're looking at. That one's upside down for the style of these ones here. And again, like I mentioned, I haven't used this deck too much. But in terms of the style and the artwork, it definitely intrigued me. And I think it's a really cool deck to have in your collection if you're someone that's looking to add. And then this one, the box also has a little quote here. So just a cool little deck to add to your collection. The cards feel really good. They feel similar to the Animal Oracle one in terms of like quite sturdy. And again, this is the inside kind of decoration of the box. So it's all done very nicely. And then the other Oracle deck I have here is the Moonology one. And this one here is more just of a black kind of box. And again, this one comes with the booklet, so you do get kind of some information about the deck. And then each of the cards has a description. This is the inside of the box, so that's kind of cool. And then the card backs are just the phases of the moon, so I think that's really nice. And then obviously these are all going to be moon themed because they are the Moonology deck, so it's kind of a given. But again, just different cards here. Just to walk you through kind of a few. But yeah, just a cool little deck. Again, this one's newer to me. I haven't used this as much. I think I got it about a year ago, but I've moved and everything, and I haven't really pulled out my decks and gotten into them. So I'm just starting to build up that kind of habit again. But again, this one's Hay House. All of the ones I've gone through so far, all of the decks actually you can get on Hay House. So you should be able to anyway, I believe. I think the only exception might be this cat deck, which I'll go through. And I'll go through this one next. So this is a cat tarot deck. So we're moving into the tarots. Again, I got this when Bruno was a puppy and he was a big chewer. The thing that this does have that's really cute is it has this little cat poking through and looking at you. This side's probably a better side, but really cute. I really like this tarot deck. Obviously, it's not going to be exactly the same as your other decks, just in terms of like the visualizations all being cats and stuff, but this one's nice because it has a picture for each of the pages, which a lot of them don't have. And then in terms of the actual inside of the box, it's just pretty simple design. The backs of all the cards are the same pattern as the inside of the box, but in purple. And really cute illustrations here. So again, they're all cats. It is the traditional suits that you would usually get. So like the swords and the pentacles, the cups, wands, all of that. But I really enjoy this deck. I think it's really cute, a little bit quirky. This is one of the first actual tarot decks that I got. So yeah, really cute. Definitely partial to this one just because I do love my cats. So I kind of love like the cute cat theme, the animal theme, all of that definitely tend to resonate with me. The Muse Tarot deck, I just went through, I did a bit of a nighttime wellness self-care routine video that's up on my channel now, but I did do some pulls with this deck if you're interested. Well, I did one pull of like the past, present, future. So again, I love the artwork on this. I love the color palette, really everything. This one's a little bit of a more creative one. So each of the pages, she has a little poem for each card. And then on the back here, she changes the suit names. So the suits are recast as emotions, which are cups, inspiration, which is wands, voices, swords, and materials, which is pentacles, to deliver messages from the source of creation. And so it's a really cool deck. It has like a prompt with each of the cards. It has keywords, and then it has the little blurb. This one doesn't have reverse meaning, so it's just one kind of description for each card. You don't have the reverse. So in terms of the cards, this is the back, which is gorgeous. And then the artwork is just pretty eclectic, but I really like this deck in terms of how they've styled it. So yeah, just really beautiful. And I got this one from a local shop, but it does say Hay House on the box, so you are able to get this one as well through the Hay House website. The cat one I didn't mention, I just got that one from Amazon. So you would be able to find it on there. It's just called the Cat Tarot. So again, really beautiful deck. And then the last deck here is actually the first deck I ever got. So this is the Angel Tarot cards, and this is by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. Doreen Virtue used to do some really beautiful angel books and a lot of angel kind of items. I don't think she does them anymore, but I'm just going to pull out this daily Angels guidance book I have if it's something that kind of resonates with you. But I have this whole daily guidance from the Angels book. My mom got me this. And so it's magnetic, which is nice. And then each of the pages you can just open. You could go through like one page at a time in order if you wanted. I tend to just open and see what message I'm getting from the book. But yeah, really beautiful. It's got the little description. It's got the kind of affirmations you can say. But definitely a special book if you're interested in anything kind of like angel related and guidance related and things like that. Would definitely recommend that one. But going into the actual angel deck, so similar, you know, the box comes up. It's just a very simple gradient box. Again, as per usual, you would get your book, and this one again is nice because it has the images. This is the back of the cards, so more powerful colors, which is it's a bit of a different vibe from my other decks just in terms of boldness. And then just going through kind of some of the cards that we have here. And again, this one just has the has different suits as well. So I'll walk you through the different suits in a moment. But yeah, really beautiful card deck. And I'm just going to see if the suits are on the back. So looking in the book here, the minor arcana are divided into the elements. So you have fire, water, air, and earth. And then they are numbered 1 through 10 plus the court cards of the page, knight, queen, and king for every suit. And then in terms of the illustrations, they represent the earth element with fairies, air with unicorns, water with mermaids, and fire with friendly dragons. Air is traditionally represented by swords in tarot. We replace the weapons by the gentler imagery of unicorns, whose horns are sword-like. And I was trying to see if I could find what the other suits were, and I can't. So if you do know, definitely feel free to throw that in the comments below. But yeah, as I mentioned, this was one of my first decks, and obviously you can still interpret the meaning without tying it to the original tarot suits. But I've really enjoyed this deck. I've used this deck a lot. I haven't used it for a long time, as with all my decks, and being out of practice a little bit, but really enjoyed that. And then one thing I wanted to show as well, it's from a couple years ago, and I know they definitely have new ones, but I do have a ritual planner, and the website would just be ritualplanner.com probably. And so what this is it's a planner that walks you through, basically you can log all of your tarot cards. So basically there's stamps you can get that have all of the cards on them. And you can get this from the Ritual Planner as well, but these are the stamp set, and then you would just get like a little block that you can put the stamps on as per all of the stamps kind of in this format. And then they also sell these tarot stickers as well. They're a little bit pricey, or at least they were when I did it, but if you do it in conjunction with some deals and stuff, it's usually pretty reasonable. But I believe I got one set and it came with 2 sheets. I could be mistaken on that and it could have changed, but These are really cool as well because the sizing is really nice for how they fit into each of the boxes. This tarot journal I got, as I mentioned, I got this in 2022. I only used it up until February, it looks like. Yeah, so I used this throughout the year, but just pretty sparingly. So I think what I would do, and what I'm thinking about doing with this, because there's so many empty pages, is I think I might go through and just use it like as an undated planner and still be able to write in the dates myself. But yeah, basically I got the 3-card one. You can also get a 1 card. And then at the back, I'll show the one I did. Basically, for each of the different moons and events and stuff, you can pull your cards. So that was for a full moon. But they have this for all of the full and all of the new moon throughout the year. So I just see these dates would all be wrong. I was looking into potentially getting the new one. But I just think with everything going on in my life, I will hold off on getting the actual planner. But what I'm going to do is potentially get one next year and then use this one and build up like my tarot routine again. And then I was going to just flip through to the beginning as well. So basically, again, this is 2022, but you could pull all of your cards for the whole year and then write out what the predictions for the year or kind of like what the messages that you're getting are. And then you can look back and there's a whole bunch of informational pages. So if you're new to kind of tarot, astrology, all of that, it's a really good book to start with. It also has suggestions on like the 3-card spreads that you could do. And then it also has, which I found really, really helpful, especially as I'm kind of still learning, but it has all of the cards for the major and the minor arcana. So it's just like a cheat sheet. So when you pull a card, obviously you can look in your book, but you know, interpreting the card, looking at it, seeing what messages jump out at you, and then you can check here for your kind of details. There's also a spot to do a birth chart. You can see I didn't do this because this is very new to me and I didn't really know where to start. And I just wasn't in the headspace to figure it out at that time. And then because it is a planner, you get your monthly spreads. And again, I'm assuming a lot of this will still be pretty similar, but I'm sure there's going to be changes as well. And then at the beginning of the month, you get like a monthly overview page. And then you get kind of like your goals and your cards that you pull at the beginning of the month that I showed before. So yeah, just a really cool planner. Like I said, I'm going to just use this one for this year. But you get, yeah, every month kind of the same thing. So very cool. I really enjoyed using this as much as I did use it. And I'm excited to get back into it. I've just pulled it out. It was in my storage unit for a while. So really excited to get into that. And then also in the nighttime self-care routine video I did where I did my spread with the Muse deck. I also have a tarot cloth. And I got that from the Ritual Planner as well. So most of my tarot stuff, aside from my actual cards, is all from that website. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. And feel free to leave any comments, questions below. And if you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate it if you could give it a like, if you could subscribe to this channel, and hit that notification bell if you want to be notified each time I upload, which will be daily throughout the remainder of the VLOGMAS PLANMAS series that I'm doing up until Christmas. Thank you. Have a beautiful day.